communication. And I'm learning about things through the media.
And Mr. Attorney General, what is the reaction that you're hearing from the community right now? Are you hearing about heavy-handed tactics, U.S. citizens being picked up accidentally? Can you tell us anecdotally what you're hearing, what's coming across your desk as these operations are unfolding?
Well, unfortunately, this shock and awe approach, which involves trying to have cameras and having celebrities like Dr. Phil embedded within, is meant to upset a community that we rely on to partake in solving public safety problems. This undermines the ability for communities to come forth and collaborate with law enforcement to solve crimes. When it's being said that this operation is to focus on people who have committed crimes, I think it's going to have an opposite effect in the long run. It's a wide net seemingly being casted, and inevitably you'll have effects of racial profiling and upsetting a community that would otherwise collaborate with law enforcement.
Well, you mentioned Dr. Phil, the daytime talk show host. I did want to ask you about that because he is now apparently joining in on Trump's immigration crackdown or getting access to it. He filmed at the ICE Command Center in Chicago, even questioned a detainee with Tom Homan, the head of ICE. Do you know why Dr. Phil, a TV personality, is getting involved in all of this, getting all this access? What's going on?
I think it's ridiculous. It's making a mockery of what is supposed to be a focused. If it's law enforcement, if it's focusing on criminals, you don't invite folks like that who have no law enforcement background to be embedded within. I think it's inappropriate. I think it's done for the show, and I think it's done to upset community and to score political points with those who want to divide.
And it sounds like he's getting access, whereas we're not seeing the rest of the media getting access. What does that tell you? Isn't that a little strange?
Yes, you have somebody that's favorable to the message that you want to send. That's it's adverse to our First Amendment for sure. But it's also adverse to appropriate law enforcement practices.
Mr. Attorney General, this immigration crackdown is sparking fear across the country. I'm sure you're hearing this. Migrants are refusing to leave their homes. They don't want to go to school. They don't want to go to work. We learned of two young sisters in a Chicago suburb who haven't gone to school since Trump took office. And let's listen to a woman who says her father was taken by ICE yesterday after living in the U.S. for 30 years. Let's listen to this.
For them to just take like that. I'm already heartbroken myself, and I can't really imagine little kids whose families are breaking apart because of this.
Mr. Attorney General, what do you say to the migrants in your state right now who are terrified? And I guess what's the message to the White House border czar, Tom Homan?
The reality is, I'm a son of Haitian immigrants and who made tremendous contributions to this country during their decades here. Likewise, that we have millions of immigrants who are doing the same, upon whom our economy leans on. And I think this is going to have an upsetting effect on our economy, on the stability of our communities. These are people who make contributions, pay taxes, and are just part of the fabric of our community here in Chicago and throughout the nation.
And Mr. Attorney General, one thing that we heard from Tom Homan and from this administration is that they are warning public officials like yourself not to get in the way of these ICE operations. What's your response to that? And are you making any, efforts on your part to say, hang on a second, you can't go in there and do some of the things that you're trying to do? Or are you concerned that if you do that, the administration will come after you?
Well, I don't react to such intimidation tactics. I have no intent on interfering with legal immigration enforcement processes. What is clear here in the state of Illinois is that we have a Trust Act that says that local and state law enforcement resources cannot be used for such unless there's a federal criminal warrant or other federal law. And so it's my duty to uphold the law of the state of Illinois. We have a 10th Amendment that grows out of it an anti-commandeering doctrine that says that the federal government cannot commandeer local and state officials to do the work of the federal government. And I'm going to stand by our Constitution. I'm going to stand by our state law.
All right, Mr. Attorney General Kwame Raoul of Illinois, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, turning to the markets now. If you